I have had multiple students come out to me, not just with their sexuality, but also with their gender identity. It's one of the reasons I think it's so important to be out and loud and proud.
I teach my elementary school students about gender identity. Some people are girls, some are boys, some are both, some are neither.
I might tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Right. So you're most welcome to my page, the region. So I was here for Ghana for Makwaba. Now the hottest topic in town is Tr0uble for us, gay for lesbian for LGBTQ anything. Issue now on the continent of Africa now. It's so fascinating, and a lot of people in the part of Duonoa, Womakoma etu, Womabu fu. Hey, watch my show. I have a reason to tell you. Now, a sensitive case, if you say, you fight emotions and solve. You can't win this battle when you want to solve and the situation. Your enemy, and I say your paymaster, and I say Obia wono ekuta strategy on policy and politically ekuta strategy per se or control for a certain amount of years. You can't solve or you can't win this battle with emotion. So pay attention. Stay here. The reason show and then maybe more critical analysis. Let's do critical analysis about whether the African continent meet me abane and also meet me criminalize obia. Let's see straight away. Video now Ghana for and the Africans in Ghana for Montias say it is not only Africa and we are worried about the influence, and I say the vast majority are entering into being gay or lesbian or whatever. No. This is a critical issue, and it's even in America today. Watch it out. Listen.
I have had multiple students come out to me, not just with their sexuality, but also with their gender identity. It's one of the reasons I think it's so important to be out and loud and proud.
I teach my elementary school students about gender identity. Some people are girls, some are boys, some are both, some are neither.
I might tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Right. So it is not only in Africa now. We are peeved, and I say Nipani be worried about say, oh, Africans we should ban gay for we should ban. No. That's not the case. Now there's a critical point and that's a critical analysis. So we African and I say you Africa. I saw TSC. Here is the case. The only thing is this is about influence. This is our policy. This is about the Niema will be passed away. So in order for somebody to say a bit more influence on my why are they our own pen. Now it takes a lot of things. And Niema be brave. We are gonna near TNA. Share the page, the Reason Show on Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe. Now the reason why I'm interested because there's no way you can use emotions to win this battle. You can't win. So for the benefit of our way of life, we need to explain things to the people so that when you are solving or when you have anything to do, you don't use emotions to solve problems. No, now, first of all, here is the case here. Let me make it clear. The United States of America and even the Western countries, they know how to get you into their conversations. Don't forget that. Or know how to get you into their conversations. And for example, you see the influence of Chinese and the Russians in Africa. Also quickly, America for Boris Johnson, Germany, the former British Prime Minister, or Nigeria, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, or Ghana, or Zambia. See, they know how to get you into their conversation. Don't forget that. It's all because experience when it comes to managing humanity or managing or looking for extra superior power, becoming a superior. You need to design a strategy, and the Western world has able to do good to themselves. Say they want me manage your affairs. Now listen, the reason why I'm interested to discuss this issue in a sensitive case and a topic of the day. And now, if Africa, Ghana, now especially Ghana, listen here. Ghana for betimia yamra say ya bandi gay for TNA, but untime banding woni pana dream. You know why? It's interesting. Now stay here, share the page. The reason show. Let's have a reason. And the person me chere on say Uganda, Ghana, whatever. Umbetimi ayemra. Some be bandigi, but that is not the case of the day. You know why? Now watch this video from even in United States and even here. You see, omukuta the be the beacon of the rule of law. Omunim did said the man from one canon. Even if some cast of bandy it will never work. You know why? Because of education, because of programming. So now watch this video.
I have had multiple students come out to me, not just with their sexuality, but also with their gender identity. It's one of the reasons I think it's so important to be out and loud and proud.
I teach my elementary school students about gender identity. Some people are girls, some are boys, some are both, some are neither.
I might tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he like looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Now, any part moving time, I'm over video critically, strategically, for the future references. I know, say the tech giants, say Facebook and YouTube. Be so person discuss it. Be a critical, be any joke, any entertainment, any concert, no, or more reduce viewership, and they don't want you to talk about it. But TNA, you can't win this battle. Say with the emotions, vessel. You can't win. Are the Africans? You can't win this fight because such education is massively involved in Africa. Now, maybe TNA, education we have. Sorry. Now, on say even in American schools, sort of some American, these are the influencers, and in your countries, most education like this are more available. So listen, I say America for and I say Europeans, Western countries, I want how to get you involved, let the conversation flow. Somewhere I can and see now. Me do go back to 2012. Argument with Eshas here. Those time not President Atamelson or the gender minister be a friend, and now a year later I'll show you a tricky video here. During the NDC's administration, the same issue no pop up, and my culture say the West countries, you know, whether they're part of America or whatever, you don't solve issues with emotions because technically, more plans. They more time for you tracing, analyzing who the more pay near the policy corona from now. On 2012 coming, the same issue see, and one gender minister be Ghana or a friend Nana Oye later. Those time pressure ban also now o make a statement, and this statement it will never change, and this is how ebekon ti enye mara no enye mara se okoye mara se ban gay. No, that's not the case. The case is the programming and education. Listen, TNA pa masoma mi can be cut and many time I am research and translate when say enye emotions and I would be winning battle because at every time you fight the wrong battle and we won't win. Listen, me say on the issue of gay matters in Africa, whether the Africans will legalize it or accept it or whatever, that's not the main purpose of these Americans and other Europeans or whatever. No, they understand the game as munyano na yeni hunkomo. Let it be a conversation, pass through the system, use it in communication. Now, obi awaye communication as biana wote how to communicate biana. You know the person me chire obeti ase now. Maybe show video bi a chire wa ha say. And you're going to shock you. So this is I think 9 years or 10 years ago. Her name is Nana Oyelita, no a gender minister, and the same pressure na ban so as a gender minister in Ghana. And now Tiasembi Okano was na me nchira wade say enye mra ye beye and be stop gay for no, it doesn't care whether you obey law. Me be chiro di ntia wo even and Ghana pass a law against gays here today. The next time in Korana, on pass through program in education, we'll see that law as a draconian law. TNA. Watch this.
Mr. Chair, I believe I have made my position very clear. And what I have said is that the issue of whether or not Ghana should accept homosexuality is a societal issue. It's an issue that Ghana itself, as a state, should discuss, debate, and decide upon. Secondly,
right. So let me repeat again.
Mr. Chair, I believe I have made my position very clear. And what I have said is that the issue of whether or not Ghana should accept homosexuality is a societal issue. It's an issue that Ghana itself, as a state, should discuss, debate, and decide upon. Secondly,
okay, so Mami we no a gender minister, your friend Nana Oyeleta, and Omiki this statement, and the reason why I make person make sure say critically, and you can't win with emotions. And they say one say let us a Ghana no society no and a bed discussing. Let us be a dialogue. Let us be a conversation. Munya na munin komo na mo kan ho asem na you promote no advertisement no be a children. It be a 5 to 10 years, 20 years. About being normal. Now, maybe what they was say. Me say it's not about the law. So don't use emotions to battle with LGBT community or who be no. Forget that. Don't hate them. Just let it be there. The only thing is the American culture will listen. If truly say there's a culture and Africans will culture and we don't support being legalized homosexuality. Fair enough. That's your culture. That's a continent. But on the part of the other world now, you're part of the we are the modern who join. Now you keep on borrowing, you keep on begging. There's no way this inconform agenda, whether the Asians or the Europeans or the Western countries, there's no way they will allow you to do what you want. Now listen. What video now tiasma 10 years ago, Mami we can't. Today, the conversation is still happening. So it will tell you something. Now listen. The reason why you can't win this battle as Africans or as a Ghanaian is say, now, you don't control the narrative or the media. Listen, African does not control the narrative of the media. When you talk about the media, we have the social media, which is the most dangerous tool to make sure that you lose this battle. Listen, you don't control Facebook. Even on your own algorithm, you don't control it. You have no power on any social media in Ghana. Listen. 2, your political system, you don't control it. Your elections, you don't control it. Your financial system, you don't control it. Even on your security and on your health, you don't control it. Let's put that aside. You pretend to be a sovereign state, but that will be on paper. But on the reality, this is the fact. Now, the reason why the African politician will be on his 8-year term, 4-year term to talk or anything, well, like Museveni would give the backfire. Museveni will go, another person will come. Now, the education and the programming will still be there. Now, listen to this. When, as an African, Opesa will solve issue, the Abrofoni researcher, my America for say they get time to study any panel what they are looking for. What do you like? And now, in Ghana, for example, some will share Netflix or more Hollywood movies. Okay, fair enough. Some will need movies on we need entertainment bar. Now tell me, do you control Netflix in your country? The answer is no. Do you control Hollywood movies in your country? The answer is no. Compared to countries like China. Now, on social media aspect, when you back to social media aspect, a country where is serious to develop will set his or her its own algorithm where they will control what to be viewed or not to be viewed. But on the part of your country now, say they should make a law to ban gay for Busa. Say, do you control or reach Niyama or person ocean social media? Una will control now. Even now, or penny be basse or per se control the media now quickly. The same educators will tell you say it's against freedom of speech. Now listen, when you're smart. Now TNA, they say the West are not playing at all. The America or the Western countries are not playing at all. They know what time it is. They know how to handle obia obeserebi and yedu homo TNA pa. Secondly, they also be say what you wanna Netflix and your young. Say education American once one I say the policy no. Two, yeah the better Netflix in the amount. Into Ubana Netflix. Now, on the side of the education, cartoons, all cartoons were you shown in America and other countries, some cartoons represent them. And this form, you hate them now. They are so knowledgeable and so critical that they know how to do the advert. They know how to sell the program to you. And on the part of the entertainment or the AI, artificial intelligence, I said the global village, some of women they control massive position. Now, let me tell you this. Before you can control the algorithm of your media, then you need to own it. And you need to be a master of the game. Now, ask yourself, do Ghanaian politicians see themselves as masters of the game to control? No, they are not there. Because even activists in Ghana are more powerful than the politicians. Because you know why? Politicians lose election. In any country, they go by the people, what the people say. Now, the entire say they will make sure say it will be a conversation for you. Now, but discuss not the next 20 to 10 years. And a normal in the youth of today. For example, is slavery. One say now slavery is not it's not that it doesn't make any sense to anybody. The youth of today does not want to hear anything about slavery. It's the same thing. The next 20 years, it will be normal, and you don't. TBO.
Mr. Chair, I believe I have made my position very and what I have said is that the issue of whether or not Ghana should accept homosexuality is a societal issue. It's an issue that Ghana is.
You say, one of the friends, and Pakun Jami Frey, oh, me a program.
As a state, should discuss, debate, and decide upon. Secondly,
right. So that's or a former minister during the NDC government, which is Mahama Atamios. Now, here is the case. A societal problem, and it takes critical analysis and also critical thoughts to. On a fair frame, sir. In the back of Jamie Fro and a program, Pacho, me a program. So, the TN said, Mami, we know or a lawyer. Now, the reason why Africans must say more problem is say, more human rights lawyers in our Ghana. They don't care about your culture. They don't even, they live in Ghana, but they are not Ghanaians. As compared to American human rights lawyer or Chinese human rights lawyer, they defend what belongs to them. They does not defend your right, but anything about wrong with America, it's okay. First of all, America for co invade Iraq and you say human right. What is it? Human rights and then number 1 America for or even if those evidence on the grounds is clear, say Tony Blair and Bush was only a mistake. No, they won't do that because it's the interest of the American people, and that's good. Now, on you part on all lawyers now, say human right. Mami a human right lawyer, a Kufuor human right lawyer. Now, check their background. They defend Adia was a wompe, and so you have no culture to defend because even your professionals, your elect, are more interested in defending what you don't like. So me only plainly say, do not use emotions to solve this sensitive issue because you won't win. Now who is this? Man, who is calling me like that? Oh, that's crazy. So me issue ni say me percent the young ones of today, someone ya kwan na watch mo hwe video ya. Ti ase say so person prevent bibia. check the source, the education, the program in a woman, because today all the cartoons in Ghanaian TV, cartoons do you understand the teacher nature oban what tiase obi symbols what say na tiase movie na wo hwe no what movie na sese already movie na script and description ahwe eni mo movie no what the say why the movie is what the ma ahwe now because of senkofo na mo deliver very strategic no mo sua de no mo nya time do research about you be nipa tuntum no they know where to package the advert and give it to you until we control media narrative, forget it. Because now in Ghana, president or any politician or Ghana cannot control even the MPs. No workers and ask them when they come and do they go. They don't even control the media. So obi won't control media. How come obi control education and policy? You can just go to the parliament and make a law on paper, but that is not the case. When we hear law now, still the discussions on the media and on the social media. Everything is there. You can make sure say, oh, can was maybe you can control what people will say. And quickly, because of your democratic system, when we become now watching these are the same paymasters will come for you that like you are building an autocratic society, and the opposition will take advantage of it and campaign against the ruling government because they also want to come to power. So you see how the structure has been labeled to you. You have no grounds. The only thing. And it's you start realizing any amount feeding more dream, because those who make the news for the day. Those who create the news, when they making news, or they set the narrative for the day. It is news, you now control. So you control news, and also control movie, the music, they will tell you now. On the part of Africa, Ghana, every movie it tells you say, and you may be one will be nanka represent country in any agent. Also, OG award for America when Yaji, OG award a free UK, Canada, baby, who feel good or stars, they feel good. It only live Western life, only live life for our no be crowd no. On your neighbor say a gun until we live for life now, and I won't check his audience. So, all these things are not. Now, who's a gun in Hollywood and also with any international platform, it tells that person cannot go there to tell them so coach and to on piggy for us about be or tegan or pretend you fake obey fake no chapter or ye big give for so okoji award no ontimi nko kasa asem no enti for a country like maybe China so obetimi prevent sahade no one set it narrow and reach ade or no be decided me person show me TV so to re-educate me microphone until second of what only algorithm no you dare not even say anything you can be almost sorry what you say mo betimi aye yambra me say se Ghana yambra se ya bandi gay na se moment me amfa sa policies ye mu kwan mu se bia mo enema mo hwe ne ye be make sure ade bia wo bia ne ye be ye film ye ne ye de pese ye hwe ni de pese ye nkora hwe ni a listen tini emran mo be the next 10 to 20 years and kodana ebeba no o ma ye discussion said na we later can discussion o ma di nkoma aye normal system no o mo akra be kwa ko repeal law no say a draconian law so we take that law out and the sponsors will sponsor them to take the law out as today o mo friends say a colonial law so Ghana for any Africans no should stop talking about this law against obi o gay and obi o lesbian no that's it the only thing is that the Africans take time you see. At first, now we use emotions to discuss or do analysis, but that's not the case. We are happy. It shows how weak you are. And any emotions near the solve issues. You need to be critical. You need to be analytical. You need to be educative, more informative. Then now you as vice president Bagana, and you are fainting about because of geopolitics, Chinese and the Russians' influence in Africa. Secondly, to make sure say you're old friends. Policies MOU be as a sign maybe a moire fit say be a gay for right and one way no nyina aka ho. But obai no na wabo obere ye na wonsu no you tell us hey madam what for flight etwa ma high Ghana ukọ ho a no akọka was ba untimi nka because we no kofi ukọ brege to won say Akufo-Addo no ofambo opeso hwe hwe Akufo-Addo na ofambo ba hwe ma me ne vim o de ka kire ne say yeah one day you say yes no correct oh shama me vim bi or the kasa chere no before that no Akufuado and okay so share the vim wa ma me ne de ka chere Akufuado say on who say human right now share let's watch this video.
First of all, for the American press who are here, you know that a great deal of work in my career has been to address human rights issues, equality issues across the board, including as it relates to the LGBT community. And I feel very strongly about the importance of supporting the freedom and supporting and fighting for equality among all people, and that all people be treated equally. I will also say that this is an issue that we consider, and I consider, to be a human rights issue, and that will not change.
Yes. What's the name?
Kano Youngs of the New York Times.
Zolan. Ms. Young, so thank you for the question. First of all, we don't have any such legislation here in Ghana. A bill has been proposed to the Parliament of Ghana, which has all kinds of ramifications, which is now being considered by the Parliament. It hasn't. So the statement that there is legislation in Ghana to that effect is not accurate. No legislation. The bill is going through the Parliament. It's going through the Parliament. The Attorney General has found it necessary to speak to the committee about it regarding the constitutionality or otherwise of several of its provisions, and the Parliament is dealing with it. At the end of the process, I will come in. But in the meantime, the Parliament is dealing with it. And I have no doubt that the Parliament of Ghana will show, as it's done in the past, first of all, its sensitivity to human rights issues, as well as to the feelings of our population, and will come out with a responsible response to the proposed. The legislation was a legislation that is being provided as a private member's bill. This is not an official legislation of the government, but it is one that has been
Mr. President, stop there. You see how even the president or fumble. Now listen, this is the president or represented the executive, and Ghana, where you commander-in-chief of the armed forces and or represented the masses. Now, and when you human rights lawyer and the feeling of the people, the feeling of the people, but because of the programming, because of no curfew, Sikaya costless redentino. Now, we a very smart human rights lawyer say, after all, no granny time was walk, and you only can the feelings of the people. So what you say. Now here is the case. So Ghana for I say Ghana for so won't pay for us. Now I'm making this analysis. The reason why I'm say Ghana for only Africans now, we are just joking. You can't ban give or better ban a woman. Me say the education, the policy, no, you don't control that narrative. Ghana for does not control the narrative of education. Now they fight through the movie, the media. No, you don't control it. And I want to say Hollywood, and you know control. Ghana movies are more you movie no Netflix, and you know control. And every one out of 3 movie biano. And Crawford also very smart said you put something in. I wish you said others are maybe fi beman or baby fi obano. You throw more flags no man ya kono because they know what time it is. TNA Africans no more the emotions also. And the movies na more training na cartoons no e woman produce. Now do things we produce movie for confront watch na one na ho na never. So now pay attention here. Na me nkyere wade. On the president no catch us say ono de o twen say legislature be na adwuma no de aba no na oboa ti ono ankasa kra ko Al Jazeera say it's bound to happen because what the politics massive. So onim the ekoso. What you say? And man, don't let these people deceive you. Me say even if omo yemra kra say ma band omo on paper enkawe. The only thing is say busa say social media, Facebook and Twitter and TikTok and YouTube. Do you control that in your country? You don't. Even if you want to control it, there's activists always sort of say you are against freedom of speech. And our person or president be obeyed quickly, no. The same microphone will describe me so person will use autocratic way to control the society. And way they are not playing. And did you ever say kind of say we are seeing a challenge, even in America. Person me board Uko schools this is what they do in schools. Odi tia semo tie we Ghana ne tie me say education policy na make no ye kire school ti akora no beba no na dwene okay e be normal the next 10 years e normal until your emotions no.
I have had multiple students come out to me, not just with their sexuality, but also with their gender identity. It's one of the reasons I think it's so important to be out and loud and proud.
I teach my elementary school students about gender identity. Some people are girls, some are boys, some are both, some are neither.
I might tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he like looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
Okay, so yen stay wa hase ne hwa de wa hase. So who say on that o teacher ni o enti won ba bi education ni free ba no. Eti sankofo we ni very smart. Oh, they would the emotions now or fighting or gay for you are fighting gays or whatever. No, that's not the case. Take it easy, man. Take it easy. Oh, the mitri. TD, we manya time no my research no my matnas yesterday wo won hu ba bia adwuma ne nam. Eti nya wo bufu no na be stop gay for no because wo ye nkofo mo ye well resourced. Wo ye well determined. And to say wo wo afu na wo de abufu na ekono David won say true teacher ni a wo kira akora na de wo America ase no ti akora no free school beba no na wo ye okay with wo say wo se wo hu rainbow color nti wanya ndai obeba no ye okay say wo ye be mo betimi aye oba so betimi aye be ma because teacher ni na ye ade no Ghana so mo nkofo bebre omo ye geefo omo kira de wo you ntimi stop no on the person me kire. And the attorney say, any emotions, you will lose the battle. You won't win when you use emotions to solve this kind of sensitive issues. You will lose the battle. This is what I just want to tell you. It is the side now be the antics of the Uganda president. They just want to understand because psychology of America say, Bruni be a who be near or pursue or baby a white green IQ no edru. No one son why compensation be so what I say. On this, on the guy, pushing media and go and test their mindset and let's see. And don't be testing emotions. What I say, analysis, strategy. But they send the media, small media, no more people say, no more panagin. Quickly, they know. Once a vice president, they will be media from the Washington Post, New York Times, so on. Agenda, and now, my main chair, what you have seen. Paul Kagame or any jokes no before that no member speaker of Ghana Parliament what lie na what lie ni na na analysis no ye no say gay for no kura hu say we joker say pope say parliament me whatever as we can no it doesn't make anything na because na Italy war can gay no ye bi wa now listen
that Pope Francis directed that no Reverend Father should.
Now, before you watch this video, Nipa Okasani is Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, Abambabi, where Speaker by authority, it go in here class will be called to Pope, but because of say the beer you're programming on through beer maybe in the church say Roman Church, but no one name the root of Roman Church, no so and so on quickly no or call to Pope TNA.
Deliberate over a gay or lesbian marriage. And I said, Roma locuta complete, causa finita. Yes, Rome has spoken, and the matter is ended. So please, committee members that will refer the bill to, we want the report. Don't be intimidated by any person. I made this statement when I was a member of the European Parliament, European ACP Parliament in Brussels. Now we have two of our members who happen to be leading our committee, Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs. who are handling the bill. And since we referred it to them up to date, we have not heard anything. I've reminded him many times on the floor of the House. What are the challenges you are meeting? Report to us. If you take action against them, say, oh, because I'm MPP. That's why he's taking action against me. I'm NDC. Because he's taking action against me. Because he's not in my party. That kind of division, that is not the purpose of politics. Politics is meant to unite us. Diversity is natural. There's nothing you can do about it. That is creation. And that is the spice of life. How come we are using that to divide ourselves? Please, let the report flow. We need to legislate. Our friends just passed their law.
Okay, so let's pause here now. Politicians there, as usual, are normal to make this statement because when you say other 4 years or 8 years, that's it. Now listen, you see the man we Speaker of Parliament, authoritatively, Senka we hear so be to Pope near the but it tells you say obi a sponsor and as obi a donor and as obi a lobbyist or is so powerful than politician because they can lobby the politician. Now Tia also make it claim say omo in charge of the committee what is keeping them so omo it tells you say there's a power behind above him and obi interested about that policy now and I say bell now the tell say truly say me ma solution back me ma solution back tini say no crese the Africans say omu ye culture no ye mpen na ye leadership net say ahemfo politicians and said the leaders in the society they say they don't like gay for tini. Now in me example in America one in hwemu kakrama yeni say one person omo ya ade bia na so omo ehwe bibi na won ye pese obi die no na omo ba ya ade omo hia na ya ka say be make a pledge and I say make a public statement say wo ba ade we wonye. Now the whole of the continent in Africa, if you truly say you don't like gay or you don't like homosexuality or whatever, you want to ban it now, let's see say your leadership and I say people's representative, which is the MPs, members of parliament, let every constituency MP make a pledge, public statement, force them to make a public statement. If truly say these people are there for you and you will see what I am talking about. So it's truly say, especially in Ghana, must say more MPs ni passive law now. Challenge them when they come to you say Tr0uble say your person would a public statement. And maybe you are saying names wo MP say wo kwako sign it ya say ye magave wo kwan wo Ghana. Challenge them mo pa mo test wo mo ne nhwa de. E ho na obo hu omo be resign. I am telling you me a free consultation am dem am de tie they are faking. Omo ya azan omo ye. So tia say on say speaker no class embra no kofo bi de akoshe dem. E kire wo say enkofo bi e strategic e control affairs. Into ordinary citizen, would shut up with the emotion now, now pay yes, it gave for every total. Obi a gear that's not your business. It's not my business. But the only challenge is say when they go beyond to educate me or educate my child. That's the most important. That's the challenge. Now, for them to also to educate us, it takes to make catch me say they control the media, the Facebook algorithm. And near me who here and a shifty Emma Shannon more a policy. And near me when it near my time and Shannon more, but can't be we serious China more. And near me whom to me cause one tiasie or be controlled you on a person whom. But a politician cannot control it because woman ain't only and a local few and woman need to me. What I know you want TD. Secondly, school system education you be passing it through cartoons and through policies and programs ebe fem afei movies a wo hwe no ebe fem eti wo mo ye wadwene ho adwuma enye wo physical appearance na wadwene ho adwuma na kofo ne beye o ma adwene ho adwuma na wo ye sede me show video bi kire wa krumu abenti a esa Tr0uble na do so yo west nyina ne se eye kire mo school wa anya iti amra esa mo teacher ni kwa no so be kire Wait, this is about reality. Critical analysis na many understand. I mean, person with the emotions any give for be your banter deputy. That's not the case. Work on your mind. So also won't pay give for us and work on your mind because me give for does not need me because when him say my training is strong, they can't educate me, but they will prefer to educate my child. Say be obeti as say or your boy bit my bema bit me about to be trans to be whatever. What I say, but they can educate me. They know say my training is strong. If truly say mon person money give for being a make sure say you control your own narrative. If you don't control it, stop it, shut up, don't talk. Politicians they will try to play with your minds and then at the end of the day, no, you just emotional. No, that's not the case. And I'm my solution because say if truly say must say because of cultural norms, you don't like gay for now. Listen, me advocates my politician, but you challenge your every politician in Ghana, more 275 constituencies. Every MPB or baby, more money make a public statement say on pay was or they won't do it. They will trick you because they can't make a public statement. They won't do it. Challenge them and let's see. Because America person or you Beyonce quick. Vice President Bao now the media need that you could busan public nienti asamo be can say Vice President no be phone once my man is making it clear Ghana president him. So challenge your leadership, say they should make their stand and let's see. Ghana politicians, challenge them, let every MP make a stand in gay issues. They can't do that. This is a fact. They just pretend, they just activating the supporters to just become angry for nothing in Africa. It is not true. That's not good. But they don't have the power to make a stand. So you as full soldier and as a political follower, I just don't want you to let these people confuse you so that you become angry with a gay person or homosexual. No, that's not the case. Because me say it's through education. More na obuofo no obeba no wa ye oba ho oba adwene ho adwuma nti oba no kora no beka say mama you got no idea of be a lesbian or be a gay. You have no idea. Oba no kora will educate you and you will love it. So analysis and say politicians in they are just mediocres. They just throw in anything and then they go away. But you as a citizen now, say watching, that's the problem because now it's a battle of the ideology, a gender ideology, and by the first, and ideology. Even watch this. Pay attention to the reason show. Share the page, follow my page when you have a lot to say professionally.
I have had multiple students come out to me, not just with their sexuality, but also with their gender identity. It's one of the reasons I think it's so important to be out and loud and proud.
I teach my elementary school students about gender identity. Some people are girls, some are boys, some are both, some are neither.
I might tell this kid, we do have a flag in the class that you can pledge your allegiance to. And he looks around and he goes, oh, that one?
You see, let's see here. If it is not America that you have a right to say whatever you want to say. Now, listen. We are sure say if I want to use my religion as my belief to let somebody pledge an allegiance in publicly social media, do you think America for and I say any country will allow that? No, they won't do that. You know why? The TN say Makacho said these people are so powerful and they know what time it is and it's nothing. They don't care. But they care about you. TDA inti sana odi and a very interesting times you womb so the TN say also say I make sure so man and kodane pledge but so wutini influence and kodamo and your mom adwen dia bibi nkitiamra is against the law so influence will be you are taking advantage of enkoda weak minds. But here's the case based on gender ideology it's not any case and the person me say policy and programming and only issue. They are very smart. They know what time it is. Or more through the advertisement about the LGBTQ whatever. No, brah, sister, TD, they know what time it is. They have time for you to work on your mind, not by your fist or energy or emotions. No, those advocates and activists or the human rights lawyers, more backy or they know how to work on your mind, not you. They're interested of the young ones. It's the same as slavery. It's the same as slavery. They did not come to work on the old people. They work on the young ones. So it took us over 500 years to work on it. And this, I'm telling you, 10 to 20 years, it will be normal because the cartoons now, the cartoons or the movies or the toys that it is the symbol. It symbolizes the normality of at the end of war say it's your culture. So what is the end result? Take it easy. That's normal. It's like in Africa, near the baby toys. Am I uko fa bruni di now the baby need here was oh bruni di nefe and only the skin tone in near the buy. What me feel and say I'm giving you a deep analysis and no, it's not emotions. Men for emotions solve problem. That's most I did hear me pa because we always fight a wrong battle. The Africans always fighting a wrong battle instead of to pay attention, do your research about the person. Send the character. This is how we don't do that. We just use emotions, and we are not winning. You lose every day. Now, maybe say na yanko Uganda na yenhwe the funny aspect of na yenhwe de wasi. That this is not what I want. Nah, I don't want this. Okay, so now back to United States, America. Shade wa say. Makacho say enyamo Ghana nkwana Africa nkwana more issues with the advancement and I say gays involvement or lesbians are moving out or whatever. Shade wa obi oye bema na oye oba wo say what change no more yet oye trans. Hwese nipa wakokun mo ha say wo tweetu no. According to US for media nyama na make this is not from me, this is from the US media. Now watch this.
I want you to remember these names. Cynthia Peake, Catherine Kuntz, Mike Hill, Evelyn Deekhouse, Hallie Scruggs, and William Kinney. Those last three names that I just read are 3 9-year-olds who are never coming home. Will never have another birthday party, never laugh again, never tell their parents, I love you. At least not until they're all reunited one day with our Heavenly Father, because 6 parents are now picking out caskets for their children. Why? Because society has decided to allow rampant mental illness and pretend that it's tolerance. The LGBT community, and really the left in general, have been ramping up to this, haven't they? It's something that we see every day. We talk about it on this program. Every day. They firebomb pregnancy clinics when they lose the right to kill children. They threaten the lives of Supreme Court justices and lawmakers. They casually suggest murder to deal with people they disagree with. They burn down cities when they don't get their way. They assault those who disagree with them in broad daylight with no worry of consequences whatsoever. We just saw Alex Stein over the weekend get assaulted multiple times by the LGBT community. We just saw Posey Parker over the weekend get assaulted by the LGBT community for daring say that women are women and men are men. Billboard Chris, a friend of the program, has had his arm broken. He has had bones broken for standing on the street corner holding a sign. These people have been telling on themselves for a while now. If you don't affirm their delusions, they want you dead. In just days, there will be a planned Transgender Day of Vengeance in D.C. We want more than visibility, they say in their flyer. More than visibility. Every day is Trans Day of Vengeance, they say. Trans rights or else. They have a T-shirt that says trans rights or else with a bunch of guns on the T-shirt. These people think that they are immune to the rules of a civil society because, for the most part, people have looked the other way. Ooh, don't want to be called intolerant. Affirm the delusion, don't want to be called a bigot. Shoot them up full of hormones in an unprecedented way, which, by the way, can cause horrible side effects like mood swings and rage, but don't want to be labeled a transphobe, so we better not. You have posts like this from the trans community saying, kill Christ cucks, behead Christ cucks, roundhouse kick a Christ cuck into the concrete, slam dunk a Christ cuck baby into the trash can, crucify filthy Christ cucks, defecate in a Christ cuck's food, launch Christ cucks into the sun. Now this person is coddled, enabled, emboldened in society, affirmed, no repercussions, but don't worry, the FBI, I'm sure, has you on a domestic terrorist list for showing up at a freaking school board meeting. These people are mentally ill, and half of society refuses to treat the mental illness head on, all while saying, you're the problem. You're a religious extremist if you don't believe in chopping children's breasts off. You're a far right-wing nut job if you acknowledge basic biology. But it's not just mental illness. It is something so much further, deeper than that. As someone who has faced this issue head on in the lion's den, who has stared these people in the eyes and seen the dead, decaying eyes staring back at me.
Okay, so this is one thing I discover, and this is the American problem. America for problem new, and is it true? Say they are shipping on best put problem in the Abremo time will tell. So pain and nipani be because of say obi so ye LGBT ni we transgender or twitu no akokuni passes wo kun omo wo ni buafu akokun krofo no mo nya adwen. So are you ready for that? This is the pain in America, not me. I saw this on the social media, and it tells you say nipa ni bebre wo America they we almost well agitated, and we share the report and it tells you on also anger, and in the description say even one almost we transgender no omo is mental problem as almost or not according to her. So take a note, and this is the reason show. So I'm giving the reason why the Africa is, you can't ban gays, you can't ban lesbians or LGBT, you can't ban it. You can ban it on paper, but on reality, on the minds of the people, they will still work on it. And one day, the law now today will be tend to be a draconian law as today. So it's not about passing a law against them. It's about taking care, paying attention to the policies and programming. The program is most important than the law, more than the law. Unless you tell us something different. Listen and hear me. And I know say Facebook, I don't trust Facebook. I don't put myself on Facebook or any, you do know, I'm just saying it. If you like, they take it down, because hey, I don't control the algorithm or anything on Facebook, because they can decide for Nipa have to view my video. They decide. I don't rely on that, because I know how things are running. Because they want us to speak on jokes, comedy, then they'll give you more views. And one day we'll talk about it. And they know how to position some people. So I don't care about Facebook or YouTube or whatever. Nah, that's not my case. I'm just putting it for out there. If you would like it, share it, share it to others. And let's reason high. And I'm just cautioning you as a youth, African young, don't solve issues with emotions, because the battle will be wrong for you. You will always fight a wrong battle. Make sure you pay attention to the policies and programming, how they program your people, how they program your leadership, how Akufo-Addo has been programmed, which Ofambo, he cannot represent the people in front of Obia or Pushi agenda. Akufo-Addo cannot represent Ghanaians, and you see how he was fumble. There's no joke. Every government, you see now a year later, all the human rights lawyers, they all telling us, oh, that's human right. That's human right. And truly it's a human right. You don't need to kill Obioike. Don't kill gay. Don't kill lesbians. No, you don't need to do that. Make sure you solve issues amicably with policies and programs. If you can't program them, they will rather program you. If you can't program them, they will program you. But when it gets to that stage, don't just gear up to go activate them to go and kill. No, that's not good. But the only thing is, if you want to activate anything, if you want to provoke your leadership, provoke them, say they should make a public statement. Every politician, Ghana, 275 constituencies, more reason says, I'm passing more leadership on this one kind of career, no more support to the more can. More be make a public statement. I drew better at me. I say, you better also, or this year, later, the discussion, conversation on more can. That's how they want it. Camera Harrison, back or pushing more. That conversation with Jamu now will discuss it. A plan is part of the game. But won't pay attention. Let's watch the video.
Mr. Chair, I believe I have made my position very clear. And what I have said is that the issue of whether or not Ghana should accept homosexuality is a societal issue. It's an issue that Ghana itself, as a state, should discuss, debate, and decide upon. Secondly,